The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Live from West Jessamine High School, it's high school basketball tonight on Glycod.com. A great girls matchup between Lexington Catholic and West Jessamine. I'm Chris LaBar along with Rick Reams. These two teams gearing up, Rick, for the postseason.
Yeah, both these teams, this is a out-of-district game, out-of-region game. So both these teams are just trying to use this game to improve and get ready for the more important games. You know, we're getting closer and closer to that postseason time. And right now, you know, with COVID and snow, some of these teams have played a lot of games. West Jessamine's going to play 5 games in 8 days after not playing a game last week. So that puts a lot of stress on your team also.
District tournaments start in 4 weeks. This West Jess unit, what an odd potpourri of players. 7th and 8th graders, and then 2 rock-solid seniors form the nucleus.
Yeah, and even talking to Coach Hughes, she talked about that. She said, you know, there are times where she'll have an entire middle school team out on the court, and then there's other times where she'll have those 3 and then the 2 seniors. But what she's looking for right now, she said, is just to keep on building and building and building towards that end goal. And I said, Coach, what's the end goal? She said, to start with the district, and then you go to the region, and then you go to the state. And she said, and we're not gonna go away from that.
West Jess 13-7. They come into this one off 3 losses, which is pretty unusual. 2 by double figures, losing on the road at Lewis County by 13, at Madison Central on Tuesday by 8, and then a blowout and a surprising loss here by 22 versus district foe Mercer.
Yeah, that was a game that I called, and I tell you what, that night West Jessamine could not find the basket. They had so many low open layups that they missed. They missed free throws. I work with a lady whose daughter is on West Jessamine, and she said she has never seen this team play like that. And it was just one of those nights. You know, Chris, sometimes the ball bounces the right ways, but boy, when it bounces the wrong ways, things can go south, and that's what happening is Mercer.
Lex Cath, they are 7-10. They fresh in action played last night versus Dunbar. Good to see them get a win by 5 now, beaten Dunbar 2 times.
Yeah, and that's, again, talking to Coach Tech, he's saying the same thing. He's trying different rotations tonight. That's what he's looking for, is to get a rotation down that they can play with, that they can win with. And he said, if you look at our record, it's not that impressive. But he said, if you look at who we played, and then if you look at how our girls started the season to where they are now, he said he's pleased, but he's not to the point where the girls are where they need to be. So he wants to see that tonight, but he said he's opening the rotation up in order to close it down in a week.
Spoken like a true coach, never happy with where you are.
Exactly.
Lex Cath and West Jess, we will chat with Jana Hughes. She is in her first year as the head varsity coach at West Jessamine, and Rick will join her next on Glycod.com.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Looking for new ways to connect with your customer? Did you know that local grassroots marketing is the most effective for a successful economic approach? Email info@glycod.com or call 502-551-5027.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
Rick Reeves with Glycod here at West Jessamine High School with Coach Shannon Hoos from the West Jessamine Colts. Coach, what's your thoughts on the year so far?
I mean, we started out pretty hot coming out of the gate. We were 13-4. We've kind of hit a slump. We've lost the last 3, but our opponents have picked up a lot, just their intensity and, yeah.
So you're playing a lot of young girls, 7th, 8th graders that have some pretty pivotal parts on your team. How do you think they've been doing at such a young age?
Oh, very well. I'm super pleased with the young kids. I mean, we start the 1 7th grader, 2 8th graders. The one's is leading point. Leading scorer. She's got the ball in her hand 90% of the time. She's leading the offense. She's one of our best defenders in Chestnut. And then the 7th grader we start, she's averaging a double-double as a 13-year-old kid. And then our first 2 or 3 off the bench are also 8th graders. So at any point in time, you can look out there and we'll have 1 senior and 3 8th graders with the 7th grader.
Right.
There's been other times in the season I've looked out and I've had all middle schoolers on the floor. And just the fact that we're in games and that we're competing is a big and a positive thing looking forward to the future.
Absolutely. That's what I said. That builds towards the future, but you also have to play for today.
Yes.
So this game tonight, Lexington Catholic, big name, big school. What are you expecting to see, first of all, from them?
I mean, they're going to get after it aggressively. They forced Dunbar to 24 turnovers last night, so they're going to pick up the intensity defensively. They're going to try to make us turn it over. We just got to take care of the ball. They're a little bit older than we are, so that experience sometimes play into effect with the girls and how the team rolls. But, hopefully we can match their intensity and see what happens.
So I always like to ask coaches this because you're coaching in a very unique time. We have COVID, we have snow, we have delay after delay after delay. How do you keep your team mentally and physically prepared?
I mean, ever since the beginning, we've just, with everything that's went on at the beginning of the season, we've just really worked on, just rolling with it, rolling with the punches. We can only control what we can control, and everything else sometimes is out of our hand. Last week we didn't get to play a game for a week, and then we come in this week and we've got 5 games in 8 days. So, we're just trying to get better and focusing, what is our main goal at the end of the year, and every day we're a step in the gym, we got to get better to that point.
Right. What is that goal?
To win a district tournament.
Absolutely.
Every day's a practice till then.
And you're heading towards that part of the season.
Yes.
How are you pleased with where you are now, and where do you want to see improvement?
Yeah, we, right now we've only played Mercer in East. We beat East, but they was without Aisha Dean, which is one of their better players. And then Mercer, we had played them pretty tight. We got down early. We just kind of had to try to keep fighting back out of that hole. And then I think my girls just got exhausted. And then Mercer did a great job of just extending that lead. They knew when we were tired, they extended it on. But I think it did give us some confidence because we knew that we could actually play with them.
Absolutely. Well, good luck tonight, Coach. Thanks for letting us be here.
Of course.
And I'm excited to see the game.
All right, thank you.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Community strong, serving Lawrenceburg for 20 years, Century Bank is Anderson County's locally owned bank with a full suite of deposit, loan, and online products, plus a knowledgeable, friendly staff. Century makes everyday banking simple. Located at 201 West Woodford Street with online banking at centurybankky.com. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828, Metro Windows.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Back to Nicholasville ahead of girls high school basketball tonight between Lexington Catholic and West Jessamine. Be right back. Starting lineups, an opening tip when we return right after this.
Teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Looking for new ways to connect with your customer? Did you know that local grassroots marketing is the most effective? For a successful economic approach, email info@glycod.com or call 502-551-5027.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Chris LeBar, Rick Reams back live tonight in Nicholasville. Great to have you here for girls high school basketball tonight on Glycod.com. Lexington Catholic 7-10 on the year, coached in year 3 by Lee Tech. He will start but one freshman in the lineup. That is Abby Hammond, a 5'8 freshman, averaging 4 points a game. She'll be joined by Catherine Truitt, the leading scorer 5'10 junior, 17 points and 9 rebounds. 5'9 sophomore Lydia Kennedy at 7. Lucy Nash, a 5'9 junior, at 6. And Olivia Bretz, a 5'10 junior, making her third appearance of the year. Again, for Lex Cath, Truitt, Kennedy, Nash, Hammond, and Bretz. West Jess coached in year 1 by Jana Hughes. She's 13-7. She'll start 2 seniors. They are Delasia Thomas and Aaliyah Edenstrom, 6-foot senior. Then you've got youth. 8th grader Anaya Chestnut, 15 points a game. Claire Marshall, a 5'9", 7th grader at 12. And 8th grader, 5'7", Isabella Lewis. And off we go. And West Jess will bring it across. There's the 8th grader, Lewis. She'll hand it to Chestnut as Rick Lexcath begins in a straight man.
Yeah, they're going to make them earn their back. And Chestnut really goes to the basket fast and often.
She'll flip it far sideline in the midst of Lewis. Lewis shadowed by Lucy Nash. Nice reverse by Chestnut. Just underway, first trip up the hill for West Jess. Lewis on the bounce, floats it long, backside rebound, up and in. That's Claire Marshall.
Good backside rebound. As you said, that's about 90% of the time the ball is going to go to that far side. Good position.
Marshall averages a double-double on the year, 12 points, 10 boards, and West Jess by a bucket early. Nash, great pass underneath for 2. That'll be Lydia Kennedy. Check that, that's Bretz. Olivia Bretz with a basket. And we're tied at 2. There's Chestnut on the bounce. 6:50 left in this opening quarter. And a violation on West Jessamine.
So what Lexi Catholic wants to do is they want to put pressure in. From the report I'm getting, Catherine Truitt, their leading scorer, is just a go-getter, constantly on the move.
17 points, 9 rebounds on the year for Truitt. And Lex Cath in the half court, and they'll flip it away as Claire Marshall down the hill, floated to her left. Lewis, layup long, backside rebound. Edenstrom wouldn't go in. And the lasso by Lexington Catholic as they'll float it ahead near sideline. Kennedy down low and a great entry, and Truitt lays it in.
Nice pass there by Kennedy.
How about Truitt, the first one down the floor? Get the feeling this is going to be an evenly matched, well-played game. Lewis from the baseline long, and the backside rebound secured by Nash. Outlet pass, a little bit lengthy and long, and out of bounds back to West Jess.
The Nash name sounds familiar. Grandfather's Cotton Nash.
Oh, my.
So, yes.
Pretty nice lineage. The ball inbound, and here comes Chestnut. Lex Cath with 4 unanswered, and a couple of free throws coming up as Chestnut initiating contact.
It's one thing I've learned about West Jessamine this year is they're much more high-tempo offense. They last year were kind of passed around the edge, but this year, go, go, go.
Foul on Lydia Kennedy. Chestnut, 64% foul shooter. Jana Hughes in year 1, an assistant last year on this staff, but 4 years prior at West Jess Middle, coaching a number of these young ladies throughout their careers, and Chestnut with a friendly role.
That's what you want to do is make your free throws. They could not do it the other night against Mercer.
Just over 2 minutes gone by. Nash far sideline. Truitt now with a ball fake as West Jess in a 2-3 zone. Inside that zone is Nash for a turnaround jumper. That'll be Olivia Bretz. I beg your pardon, had some number issues on our game notes. Olivia Bretz with 4 of Lex Cath's 6, and they'll get it on the turnover.
Yeah, you just can't make that mistake in the backcourt. Token pressure, and they just had a rough time with it.
Nash will have it. Nice overplay by Edenstrom to poke it away. And Lex Cath able to secure it. Nash from 3, a little bit short. That hot tamale lassoed underneath, not going to fall for Nash. And Delasia Thomas secures the rebound for West Jess. 6-4. Knights with the early bucket lead. Coach Tech wanting a 5-second call as he's up off that Lex Cath bench. And Lewis, too much dribbling now. She'll flip it back to Chestnut, getting a running start veering left. Chestnut Nice pass underneath. Thomas catches and puts it in.
That's exactly where your Thomas wants to get that ball. A great look, nice pass, and put it in the basket.
Chestnut, the architect, tied at 6. 3.5 minutes gone by. Hammond handles up top through contact. Kennedy inside the lane, hoist a pass down low. Nice catch in congestion by Brett's, not going to fall. And a reach in found the other way on Catherine Truitt.
Called that a jump ball, actually. Thought it was a foul also.
Okay,
jump ball, alternating possession, Catholic's ball.
Katie Maston, 5'3", 8th grader on for West Jess. Wearing number 11, averaging 3 points on the year. As Isabella Lewis will shuttle out, tied at 6, early phases. And Truitt bumped by Thomas, hitting the deck, and here's West Jess downhill with numbers, and Madston, her shot rejected out of play.
Nice defense play there by Lydia Kennedy. For those of you, you can tell, it's one of the few players I've ever seen, Chris, that has her hair down, and she's got a lot of hair. So, seen her play since she played upward basketball at Calvary Baptist Church. So
gotten better and better throughout her career.
Yes.
West Jess will inbound, and that ball right through the mitts of Thomas. And Lexcath down the hill is Hammond leading the break, and a lefty layup goes in. And we're going to have a West Jess timeout. Back in 30 seconds on Glycod.com.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Lexcath by an early 8-6 score as we welcome you back. Some issues with the score clock. We will update that here in an 8-6 West Jess lead. Good start for both teams, Rick.
Yeah, it was. They really want to get aggressive about it. You know, Hammond made that nice pass. Chris, people may not know, Hammond is the best slow, fast pitch player in the state, pitcher right now as a freshman.
And here's West Jess the other way. Nice catch in congestion. That shot going to be off the mark from Thomas, and West Jess back on the defensive end.
West Jessamine will definitely run.
And another unforced turnover.
Need to keep your head up and make sure you got a little bit ahead of herself that time. That's one thing. West Jessamine goes so fast that sometimes they can't catch up with themselves. Glad to see Truitt come back in the game. You know, she took a shot from Delasia Thomas and was down on the court a little bit, but she's back in. Looks like she's ready to go. Bring the ball up court. There's Hammond, who I mentioned. Pass it over to Bretz. Bretz is looking around.
Yeah, Brett's in her third game of the year. A nice start, 6 points. There's Truitt in the corner baseline. Grabbing congestion, it sure was. And a great half-court pass in the layup in for Sydney Elbert.
Yeah, Catholic is just really being able to get the ball right underneath the basket.
Turnover at the other end, and Lexcath on a little bit of a flurry. That's Truitt leading the break. Truitt could not get the roll, and West Jess back for the rebound, brought down by Marshall. Chestnut not expecting that pass, and an and one at the other end as the basket goes in for Edenstrom.
Great job for Chestnut to look up, make that pass, and then Edenstrom just comes in with the basket, hoop in the harm, go for the old-fashioned three. Lexington Catholic, they play at breakneck speed also, but sometimes those shots have just got to go in there.
The West Jess going back to their bench as Katie Maston back on, and Edenstrom converting the three-point play in a 10-9 Lexcath advantage. 2:45 in this opening quarter.
They're really, really working that inside.
That's Peyton Mayo. Her pass deflected in backcourt. Maston on for the layup and a West Jess lead.
Really nice job cutting through and getting that pass and all the way to the basket for the left-handed layup.
Mayo triggers a triple. And Marshall poked that ball, but it's going to be out the other way, going to belong to West Jessamine.
You know, Lexington Catholic was on a little bit of run, as you said, but now West Jessamine has evened it up and taken the lead.
Chestnut floating at near sideline. 3 passes, pressure broken as Maston will apply the break. And a reach around foul whistle on Amelia Monahan for Lex Cath. Check that, it's on West Jess.
Yeah, it's one thing you don't want to do is do not pick up your dribble way out there. Maston just had nowhere to go with the ball.
First team foul on West Jessamine with 2:04 in this opening quarter.
Sets picks up high and then rolls every time.
Mayo to handle high left. Now Monahan veering left. And Truitt baseline, that baseline wide open, and Truitt's shot deflected off a West Jess hand.
Just that's one thing I've noticed. The game has really changed. When I played, the baseline was a third defender. You stop that, and you see it in college and high school and younger, all the way, driving all the way around the baseline. Back to Truitt again.
And Truitt, shot wouldn't go in. How about Marshall? Backside rebound. As West Jess leading the break, Chestnut with the left, won't fall. Edenstrom taps it alive. Maston tries one from outside. And Marshall attacking the glass, and another West Jess opportunity at the foul line.
Great job on the boards there. Those shots don't go, but they don't give up. They just keep on going, get 3 shots at it, and the third shot there was a foul, so you're going to get 2 shots.
Sydney Elbert called as Claire Marshall back to the foul line. She's a young lady that will play positions 1 through 5.
As a 7th grader.
As a 7th grader. Remarkable future. And Edenstrom will shuttle out in place of fellow senior Delasia Thomas for West Jessamine. And Edenstrom now with 4. Check that 5 in the early going, and West Jess by 3.
Great job just keeping their focus. West Jessamine got that lead up.
There's Truitt, high right, spinning to Mayo. Mayo shuffles.
She got a little bit excited, got in there, got around Delasia Thomas, but just could not get the ball up.
West Jess thus far done a pretty admirable job against this press, and just as I say that, we're going to have a held ball. The arrow staying with the Colts.
Great hustle there by Catherine Truitt.
You talked about Lee Tech trying to spruce up, play widen that rotation so he could shrink it later on. There's a 3 from Chestnut. Check that at 2 on the line as Chestnut with her first field goal.
Very nice shot.
Through contact is Hammond, back to Mayo, high left. Ample room as Thomas nowhere near out to check her. Now Hammond baseline, and Thomas with the overplay. That pass in the lane deflected, now blocked, and a West Jess foul on Marshall.
One of those where you got to keep your hands up. She brought her hands down and got the foul.
Foul number 15 for the Lady Colts, Claire Marshall, her first team sack.
Claire Marshall with her first foul there. They've done a really good job not getting into foul trouble tonight. Had that trouble against Mercer.
Mayo's free throw rattles off, and West Jess with some urgency. We told you about that 3-game losing string, uncharacteristic in year 1 for Coach Hughes.
And it's always interesting to see how these young girls are going to respond to that adversity.
Katie Pitt amongst 2 new Lex Cath players as the free throw in for Mayo. So Brett's back on. Brett's the story of the half thus far, rather the quarter, with 6 early points, and pass deflected out on the overplay by Elbert.
Lexington Catholic's going to continue to put the pressure on West just to get the ball in bounds. Has been an adventure on a couple times tonight.
You just wonder, will these young players be able to maintain their focus against this press when the early phases, and another unforced turnover through the midst of Maston beneath us.
Well, they got Truitt a quick 30 seconds below and brought her back in for. Wouldn't be surprised if they hold this for the last shot, although Catholic does look like they want to go very slowly.
Nash and Truitt, pair of juniors, back on for the Knights. And Truitt, great out of bounds play, and Truitt lays it in.
Again, aggressive, aggressive, aggressive.
West Jess +2 as that pass ricocheted in the corner to McCloney. Back out a Chestnut triple, little bit long. And Truitt, the recipient of the pinball, and Lex Kath with numbers. That's Pitt ahead of the fray, would not go in, and Marshall clears it at 4. Marshall inside the arc, and that's going to take us to the second quarter. West Jess by 2. We'll be back right after this break on Glycod.com.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Clint Goins on camera, Rick Reams the analyst. I'm Chris LeBar, back live at West Jessamine High School in Nicholasville. An evenly played first quarter, and Rick, Alexcath really turning up the heat defensively.
Yeah, and that's their signature. That's what they're going to do. That's what Coach Tech talked about. He said that they were going to go ahead and just put the pressure on them and see how these young girls from West Jessamine can respond to that. You know, Lexington Catholic has the series lead in this 13-2, but Coach Tech said he was very disappointed he didn't play against this team last year. So he's excited to be here tonight and thinks his girls can learn a lot. And right now, I tell you what, I've been impressed with West Jessamine. Even with this pressure, they've kept ahead of it and stayed up by 2 points.
It'll be night basketball side court as Nash will trigger. And West Jess in a straight man as Marshall and Chestnut collaborating on a double team arrow in favor of West Jessamine.
Tell you what, they've got Chestnut, 8th grader, on Catherine Truitt, a junior, and right now she's doing pretty well.
And now Marshall and Chestnut will bring it across. In the corner there is Edenstrom. First possession of this quarter for West Jess. Trying to break a 3-game losing string. Chestnut swirls out from 3, everything but go in, and Truitt, long rebound, it's 2-on-1, and Truitt ties the game.
She will take the ball to the basket, no doubt.
Truitt now with 8 unofficially. We're tied at 15 as Chestnut splits the double. Now Maston, center portion of the floor. Post entry, Thomas, up and in.
You cannot let her get the ball in front of you. You've got to be in front of her and make her catch it over her head.
How about that post entry? Thomas with 4, great ball movement, and Nash will kiss it home.
Nice play on the other end too. We're seeing some very nice passing.
Lex Kath very well executed in the half court. And there's a deflection. Brett's back to Truitt for 2 more. Those live ball turnovers really aiding Lex Kath in this first half as they now lead by 2.
Well, the pressure's starting to get to West, but
Chestnut inside the arc.
She decided to tell me to be quiet.
Anaya now with a half dozen. Both teams efficient to start the quarter. Kennedy well long with the left, and the rebound brought down by Maston. And she'll exhale as she veers the center portion of the floor. Maston, little floater inside the lane.
Great crossover move, and like you said, just floated it in. That was a nice shot.
That's a horse shot. And a 21-19 West Jess lead. Pass underneath, and cutting was Hammond, would not go in as Thomas secures the rebound. Back to Marshall, leading the break, and Edenstrom tantalizingly falls off. And here's Lex Kath with 10 players exhaling as they traverse into half court. Elbow jumper, off she goes from Brett's. Oh my, a tumble job far sideline. What's the call?
In fact, she was out of Brett was out of bounds, or at least was on the inline. So great hustle there.
Maston out for West Jessamine. Ariana McCloney back in as Thomas gets it down low. She can hurt you down there, Rick.
Yeah, she's just too big. Again, you cannot play behind her. She seals you off. You've got to get in front of her and keep the ball going from her.
Truitt with a ball fake as Thomas now with a half dozen. West Jess in a 2-3. There's a 3 from Elbert off to the left. Truitt floats it back, but she's on the baseline.
Nice hustle there, too. West Jess went to a zone defense there. I think Lexington Catholic got the shot they wanted. It's just far left.
A lot of depth from both teams thus far. Red ball ripped away by Hammond. Truitt underneath for 2.
That press again, you've got to throw over it, not dribble through it.
Truitt with 12. And Chestnut being badgered as she comes up the near sideline, but it's out to West. Isabella Lewis will re-enter the fray, a 5'7", 8th grader for West. As Marshall will shuttle out. And McCloney now, that ponytail camouflaging the number 2 veers into forecourt. Chestnut nips it down low, Edenstrom. And a travel.
Tell you what, Chestnut has done a really good job of feeding the post tonight. Very impressive for her young age.
Plays under control for the most part as well. 4:35 in this half. And there's a standard 2-3 for West. We'll see how Lex Cath can attack it. Truitt on the wing. Some indecision at the face of that, and Elbert shuffles them.
Move both feet there. You know, Chris, I think the team I feel most sorry for is West Jessamine Middle. Their whole team is playing tonight.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what their team must look like. Poor things.
Skeleton crew for WJMS. There's Chestnut near sideline. McCloney inside the arc, and she'll walk.
Same thing. You know, sometimes you just get a little ahead of yourself and shuffle those feet trying to make that move. You got to put that ball down before your feet move.
Just over 4 minutes in this second quarter. Inside the teeth of that defense. That shot off the mark, and rebound brought down by Edenstrom. That was Audrey Haynes that missed the shot, but Truitt on the take, and an and one.
Tell you what, that was a great steal, a reach around, get the ball, take it directly to the basket. You know, I talked to some friends of mine before this game, and they told me that Truitt is just go, 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 the Energizer Bunny the entire time, and she has been so far.
Mayo back in for Lex Cath, and West Jess will bring on Morgan Dow, a sophomore. The lone sophomore on this roster for West Jess. And Truitt having a great first half. 14 points.
Lane violation.
So that'll keep us at 23. And an inbound coming up for West Jess. Inbound past Chestnut. And Chestnut floats near sideline. Marshall, great pass underneath. The Thomas catches and lays it in.
She does a good job of clearing out with that lower body to get those layups, and she was not hitting them the other night, but boy, tonight she is.
Well, how about Marshall leading the break on the pass from Chestnut? And West Jess now by 2. Mayo gathers it in congestion. Now Monahan, reversal Truitt, hoisting a triple. And Marshall on the clear out and the other way to West Jess after the deflection.
Nice block out there. What Truitt was calling for that ball. She wanted that three-point shot and finally got it, just wouldn't go in the basket.
Hammond back on for West Jess. Frankfort playing East Jessamine. Right now that game also on Glycod.com. You can check that out at your leisure. Here's Chestnut across the lane. Thomas with a putback. And Lex Cath with a rebound. Truitt going to snowbird, and Truitt all the way for 2.
You've got to make sure you rotate someone back because they will run on you every time on a rebound.
Truett now with 16 as we slide under 3. Chestnut to Marshall. Marshall applies the break and a bank job.
Nice shot there. And, I'm so impressed these girls, although they're making some turnovers, they're not afraid of this defense pressure.
Marshall does not play like a 7th grader.
No.
There's Truett near a wing. A very nice-looking player, only a 7th grader. Pass entry to Mayo. 3 from Elbert long, and Truett for 2 more.
Can't bring that ball down. She brought it down and got it taken by Truett. And Truett's the real deal.
Another tie game. As Chestnut, you can sense she's fatigued as she brings it across, and Lex Kath with the trap and takeaway, and Elbert, no, there's Truett for 2 more.
I tell you, West Jess really struggling there. Chestnut, again, you can't dribble through that. You got to pass over it.
Truett with 18 as Marshall, she's going to do a lot of dribbling. Thomas wants in.
If you are going to get through there, take it directly to the basket and make a nice pass to Thomas.
Thomas with 10. They've all been about 1.5 feet from the bucket. There's Lex Kath in the half court. Elbert, she's not shy. That's wide left. And Edstrom with the rebound all the way down the other end of the floor. And Elbert, a very astute play to race back and gather it.
Coach Hughes was trying to get a timeout, and the referees just would not give it to her.
Good reversal to Mayo from Elbert near wing. These two teams playing like they're hungry for the postseason. A very competitive opening 15 minutes. Mayo on the cut. Little 8-foot floater going to be short, brought down by Monahan.
Gonna show some patience again.
Hammond a triple, little bit long. Rebound secured by Truett. And Lex Kath going back for seconds here. Mayo inside the arc. And a great athletic play causing the turnover. That was Delasia Thomas.
Yeah, great job of her getting out there, just getting her body in there and knocking it off the Catholic players. You said they already had 2 shots at it, and she kept them from having a 3rd shot.
Tremendous play by Thomas. She'll be subbed out. Katie Maston back on. We'll see what West Jess does in the final. Well, they'll throw it away. It's what they're going to do in the final seconds as Lex Kath brings it. That's Hammond over to Truett. And blocked out by Marshall.
Nice job there. Don't give up on the play and just go and knock it out of bounds.
Chestnut back on. And we'll see if the Knights can hang on to it for one final attempt to close this half. Truett been the story with 18 of Lex Kath's 29. And now woven to Hammond. Good overplay by Marshall. She's going to poke it to Chestnut. That's a live ball. Running out, Maston gathers and scores.
Great defense leads to an open layup.
Truett inside the arc for 2 more.
She's almost unstoppable.
And that's going to take us to the turn. Tied at 31. Catherine Truett leading the way for Lex Kath. It's been more of a balanced attack for West Jess, but a great first half. We're back after this on Glycod.com.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Looking for new ways to connect with your customer? Did you know that local grassroots marketing is the most effective? For a successful economic approach, email info@glycod.com or call 502-551-5027.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
About as even as you can be at the turn, tied at 31. West Jess, Lex Kath, I'm Chris LaBar along with Rick Reams. Our producer tonight is Steve Burke, Clint Goins on camera. I think both teams did a lot of good things in the half.
I think both coaches have to be pleased with the way they've played. I think West Jessamine, they didn't succumb to the pressure. They kept the scoring going to get it to a tie game. And then Catherine Truitt, she was just unstoppable for Lexington Catholic. But you think if you have a player that good that you might be up a lot more points than you are. And right now it's a tie game. So I think both coaches right now at halftime are just saying, okay, girls, let's keep on going.
Turnovers have really aided Lex Cath's ability. So many easy buckets.
Yeah, and that's the one thing you've got to cut down on if you're West Jessamine. And I talked about that. You can't dribble through a press. You've got to pass over it, and that's what they're going to have to do. But the great thing is you're 31-31 with all those turnovers.
Catherine Truitt leading all scorers, has 22 for Lex Kath, 6 points for Olivia Bretz, Lucy Nash with 2, Peyton Mayo with 1. These unofficial. More balance for West Jess. Delasia Thomas with 10, Anaya Chestnut 6, Aaliyah Edenstrom 5, Claire Marshall with 4, Katie Maston with 6. So much youth, but so much potential and excitement for these Colts.
Oh boy, I tell you what, like you said, they don't look like middle school girls. They are out here playing with pressure. They're making nice passes tonight. As you said, they're getting the ball into Delasia Thomas, who's doing a great job inside, but you've got to get her the ball, and that's what some of these girls are doing, bringing the ball down court, looking up, keeping their heads up. And tonight, Chris, it's amazing what happens when the ball goes in the basket.
Oh, it sure is. Makes so many things so much easier on both sides of the floor. We talked with Jana Hughes before the game. Our intent was to air the interview with Lee Tech. Lex Kath's head coach had a few issues, couldn't get it done. But summarize your conversation with him.
So what he talked about, first of all, as we talked about, he wanted to increase the rotation tonight in order to decrease it. He wants to see who can play together, and he wants to see how they can do together. He also said he wanted to see about their intensity, and they've got intensity tonight. He said he's been pleased with the output. He said, he wanted to see how they came back after playing last night. He said the key is, you don't know with COVID and snow during the district play, you're going to have to go back-to-back nights. He said, you know what, I don't stop there with my girls. I tell them in the region and in the state, you're going to have to do that. So we might as well do it tonight. So I think he has to be pleased with where he has come from. And he said he tells his girls, focus on what you can handle. Focus on what you can do. He said, it doesn't matter about COVID. It doesn't matter about the snow. You focus on us being the best team we can be, and that's what they did in the first half.
Well, and Lee, highly credentialed, year 3 at Lex Kath, 7 years before that, an assistant at George Rogers Clark, coincidentally #1 in the state right now.
Well, and you look at it also, Lexington Catholic has just an amazing history of girls basketball with different coaches coming through and going on to bigger and better things. So he's trying to keep this where they were and bring it up even higher in a tough region.
Halftime, deadlocked at 31. Second half next on Glycod.com.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Community strong, serving Lawrenceburg for 20 years, Century Bank is Anderson County's locally owned bank. With a full suite of deposit, loan, and online products, plus a knowledgeable, friendly staff, Century makes everyday banking simple. Located at 201 West Woodford Street with online banking at centurybankky.com. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828, Metro Windows.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment.
Back live to Nicholasville, tied at 31 as Lex Cath will begin as Abby Hammond, the freshman, handles up top to Nash. Changing of the Colt defense as Marshall intercepts the pass, steps in the lane, and Marshall through hands able to re-secure possession. There's the trailer. Thomas tries one, and Edenstrom with a rebound and a foul over the top on Truitt.
It's interesting, Chris. Neither of these teams came out and shot any baskets at halftime. I think they had seen enough of the offense, got enough rest, and came back in.
You don't see that too frequently.
No, not at all.
Westchester to trigger it in. Edenstrom with a nice catch at the elbow. Woven now to Chestnut. And Marshall able to preserve post-entry. Thomas puts it on the floor for 2.
Yeah, they've changed people trying to guard Thomas, but again, you just cannot stay behind her. You've got to get around her somehow.
She's got 12. That's 5 north of her average. And a foul at this end on the Colts.
Yeah, Edenstrom there just kind of, again, hacked the arm, tried to go up for the block.
Edenstrom, the guilty party, as Nash for a pair from the foul line. High water mark 16 in the win versus Tate's Creek. That free throw off. Lex Cath with the game last night. They'll play a very highly touted Berea on Saturday. Berea at last glance 16-2. And Lex Cath on the board there on the Nash trickle. She's got 3. As West Jazz trying to do something against this press. McCloney did not start the game, but she will begin this third quarter. And McCloney left-hand dribble inside the lane. Post entry intended for Thomas. Out to the Colts.
And I think she started just as a nod to how well she played in the first half.
A lot of depth in the backcourt, especially for this West Chess unit. And Marshall able to secure it. Truitt through those pesky hands. And there's how about a reversal from Marshall? Thomas with a ball fake. Now Chestnut chisels the lane. Underneath right through Edenstrom, but apparently off of Truitt.
That looks like a questionable call there.
The underneath official
like
may be amended here as the sideline official, and I think they're going to make the right call.
Yeah.
It'll be Lex Cath possession.
There's not much argument from Coach Hughes there.
So Lexcath trying to take the lead here. Largest lead for either team, been 5 points. As Nash puts it on the floor, over to Kennedy. Nice overplay, Marshall, and that ball going to be pinballed all the way, length of the floor, out for a turnover.
Yeah, great play. I am so impressed with Claire Marshall. She's just an all-around ball player.
That's a name to keep an eye on in the future, averaging a double-double, only in the 7th grade, and Marshall inside the arc for a long 2. And Truitt vacuums in the rebound. Kennedy on the run-out, lays it in.
Nice play. She's left-handed anyhow and got right to that left side of the basket.
Kennedy, her first field goal unofficially, and a 1-point teeter-totter for Lexcath. There's McCloney on the bounce underneath. That's where they want it as Thomas spins right into the double team. And that ball hit the bottom of the glass out to the Knights.
You know, a lot of times with Lasia Thomas, she gets a lot of fouls called on her just because of her size. But I think sometimes when she turns like that, you need to fall, and we'll see what the referee will do for you.
Lexcath trying to get a little cushion here. Basket here would give them a 3 or 4 point lead. Flipped far sideline. That's Bretz, and has the overplay swiped away by McCloney. And Truitt stepping in, and now she'll be underneath on that near sideline, back to West Jessamine.
She really has a nose for the ball. You've got to watch her when you have that ball because she's going to be after it.
McCloney to pitch it in, and now Chestnut there to meet the pass in backcourt. And out of bounds to West Jess.
She's forcing a little bit in the second half. She just needs to settle down, look for her shot.
Colts to trigger. McCloney in the corner. There's Chestnut floating it for a deep left wing 3. Swish! Basket for McCloney.
She's having a whale of a ball game tonight.
Only a 32% three-point shooter. Did not look like it on that one. And West Jess +2 as we've played 3 in this third. Truitt centering it back to the originator up top. There's a 3 and an answer attempt by Hammond, wide right, but it did just glare the rim to stay in play. Good overplay by Chestnut, and Truitt able to recapture. Salvage possession. 3 left wing, air ball, Nash up and off by Bretz. She'll try, and there's Marshall with a strong rebound and a night foul.
Yeah, Lexington Catholic had point blank shots twice, couldn't get it, then got a foul over the brack.
Will be whistled on Bretz. And Chestnut in backcourt. Nice overplay. That was Bretz to tap it alive, but there's numbers this way. Edenstrom from 15, and Kennedy for the snare. Outlet pass, Bretz trying to tie this game.
Yeah, Edenstrom had 2 wide open under the basket. Should have passed that ball instead of shooting it.
Bretz now with 8. Deadlocked at 36. Marshall that time out of sorts. And fortuitously it stays this in as we've got 4 new players checking in.
At this pace, I think you're going to see a lot of subs come in. They're really moving up and down the court tonight.
3 new Knights. And in for West Jessamine will be Maston. And there's a turnover inbound. Abby Hammond to secure it. Nice diagonal look. Truitt, a pep in her step, floats it back in play. Layup in. That's Mayo.
Yeah, Truitt just doesn't score. That was a very nice pass there.
Mayo with a quick catch and basket. And a foul far sideline as Chestnut's being accosted coming up the floor.
Yeah, Chestnut did a great job there of beating her person to the side and was able to get that foul.
Foul on Hammond. 3 of them now this frame on Lexcath. West Jess going to bring on McCloney. There's Chestnut left wing, heaving a 3 and a little bit short. Marshall there for the rebound, going to explode up for the basket and a foul.
Boy, a smart play there. She waited for the contact to come to her after that rebound, put it in the basket. As you said, you had to hold it a little bit because it didn't quite go in right away, but 2 points is 2 points.
Fourth team foul on Lex Kath in this quarter. As Marshall with a three-point play. She's got 7 now for the game. And West Jess in a seesaw +1. Hammond centering it far elbow. Now Mayo driving hard, could not go in. And then a rebound prop right in the lap of Maston on the backside. And here comes the pressure and West Jess timeout. That's a smart timeout for West Jess. We will take one as well. 30-second break. Be back after this on Glycod.com.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
West Jess basketball out of the timeout. Clara Marshall to trigger it in. Colts by 1. They led by 2 at the turn. I'll check that. It was tied at half. Excuse me. Colts now by 1. He'll bring it across. There's Maston. Maston inside the lane. A lot of hands in there. Marshall gathers it somehow and puts it in.
Boy, used all the rim again that time, but it went in the basket to take a 3-point lead.
The good players always seem like they're in the right spot. And Marshall, I'm not sure she was expecting it, able to capture it and put it in, and West Jess now by 3.
Right place at the right time.
Mayo on the bounce, trying to do business in there. Maston with an overplay, and that's going to create havoc and a turnover.
Yeah, Lexington Catholic's having a little trouble with the pressure that West Jessamine is putting on right now.
Thomas will check out. She has been exceptional in this game. 10 points unofficially, and a 3-point Colt lead. 5 would match their biggest. McCloney trying a 3. That's going to be a little bit long. Backside corral by Edstrom. And now Marshall back outside. A long deuce from Maston. And a high rebound secured by Mayo. So Lex Kath -3, just over 2 minutes in this third quarter. And Truitt able to gather it, and there's a Colt foul.
Yeah, they've moved their offense to have Truitt flash the middle, and she got in front of Chestnut. And again, you just cannot let that player beat you there. You've got to get in front of her.
First on Chestnut, and Truitt, 22 first half points yet to scratch in this quarter. As Lex Kath will flip it and play. Nice catch there by Elbert. Over to Monahan, and Marshall pokes it coming downhill for the Colts, up and an and one.
Tell you what, she's taken over for West Jessamine what Truitt was in the first half for Lexington Catholic. Very, very, as you said, she's not a 7th grader. At least she doesn't play like one.
Monahan, the guilty party. 5 team fouls now on Lexington Catholic, and Clara Marshall, as that free throw rattled off, and Chestnut touches it last.
I think they really need to try to get the ball to Truitt out of bounds and let her kind of work on her own, but Chestnut doing a great job. Here she comes.
Here she comes off the press, 3-on-2. Truitt to the basket. There you go, Rick, with a basket and a foul.
Yeah, you just got to get the ball in her hands because she makes so many things happen, and they've been someone else has been bringing the ball up. You've got to let her work.
And that free throw up and in.
Cut that lead back down to 2.
Trying to adjust the score clock. We will do that at our earliest convenience, as deflected out, and it will belong to Lexington Catholic.
Yeah, I tell you what, I would really try to front Truitt as much as I could. They're still going to go with the press. I thought they might back off of it just a little bit, but they're at least going to have some token pressure with a couple players back.
We will adjust the clock between quarters. Right now, 1:35 on the third quarter clock. Lex Cass Mayo trying to take the lead, and the rebound brought down by Marshall. And here comes West Jess. Truitt nearly poked it away. Chestnut through the basket, off the mark. Edenstroom trying to keep it alive. And Marshall, as the bodies peel back up off the floor, Marshall scoops it in. And we're going to have a Lex Cass foul, their 6th.
Yeah, Marshall is she's really feeling it right now. She wants the ball, making aggressive moves to the basket. She's getting a little bit tired, but that's the one nice thing about a 7th grader. You got young legs.
6-team Lex Cass foul as West Jess will inbound. Free throws the rest of the way as Marshall in the corner. That's McCloney. Now Chestnut drives, and a late whistle and a foul.
Yeah, that's one of those whistles that really hurt because you think you had a pretty good block, but you end up with a foul there and sitting Chestnut for 2.
So Chestnut for 2 free throws on the year, 64% foul shooter.
I tell you, tonight she's looked a lot better than that. Her foul shots have been pure.
And neither of these teams as a group shoot free throws very well. Lex Cass 62, West Jess at 59. Certainly in tight games, you know the significance of those figures, but Chestnut knocks 2 in there.
Yeah, Delasia Thomas is coming in for Claire Marshall. I think Marshall just needs a little bit of blow before the 4th period.
She'll be back in soon.
Yeah, get her as much rest as you can before the period's over.
Lex Cass possession as we tiptoe under a minute now in this 3rd quarter. Truitt left-hand bounce. Mayo has had a seam up top, but thus far been unable to connect from distance, and a good deflection out by McCloney, leaving her feet that time and then able to deflect it out of play.
Very nice defense there. Kept the pass from going underneath the basket.
And there's Truitt. Just short, but she'll strut the stripe for 2.
Yeah, you're at the point now where you're really surprised, even though she got fouled, that she missed that. She's put so many of those in the basket.
2 on the docket for Truitt. Season high of 32 at Bryan Station. Right now she's nestling the 24-point plateau.
A little along with that, they're going to get her out if she makes this one also to get a little bit of rest before the 4th period.
45.3 in the 3rd. And nice coaching job by Lee Tech as Truitt will shuttle out.
Yeah, you get 45 seconds now and the time in between the quarters.
Lex Cass with a 2-2-1 press. See what Chestnut can do with it as McCloney now will be an outlet. Far sideline, it's shuffled to Maston. Thomas camps out at the foul line, wide left, and the rebound brought down by Bretz, and West Jess on the defensive end now for the final 30 of the stanza. Hot tamale lassoed by Nash. Around the horn, Kennedy. That may be too soon to shoot. It was. And the rebound gathered by Maston. Maston coming up the floor. Ill-advised hoist. Edenstroom backside rebound, and they're going to let him play at 9 seconds.
Boy, that was a flurry of activity.
5 seconds. Here comes Mayo all the way to the bucket, and a West Jess foul.
Oh, boy, that's a killer if you're West Jess. Just couldn't stop and then reached up and fouled.
3rd on Edenstroom, 5th on West Jess. 2 on the docket for Mayo.
Yeah, I'm not sure if both teams knew exactly how much time was left on the clock because a lot of rush shots.
Mayo shoots them at 50%. And the lead now sliced to 2. Abby Hammond will exit, and in for her place is Elbert. And a little bit long. Kennedy floats it up. That'll count if it goes, and that's going to take us to the 4th. West Jess by 2. Back for the final 8 minutes in Nicholasville when we come back on GlideCod.com.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank. Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Back live to Nicholasville. Chris Labar, Rick Reams. Ought to be a good final 8 as West Jess hanging on by 2.
Tell you what, this has been an even game. You said the word seesaw battle, and that's exactly what it's been. West Jessamine has been able to get the lead up to 5, but not beyond there, and Lexington Catholic just can't get it above 2 points. So right now for West Jessamine, outscored them 14-12 in that quarter from a 31-31 halftime.
17 fouls for Lex Cath, 5 for West Jessamine. You see the timeouts at the bottom portion of your screen. West Jess possession to begin the final 8, and Marshall, as we suspected, back in, and Chestnut drives, and she'll head to the foul line.
Yeah, that was a nice move there. She took the pressure, got the foul, and hit the basket, and tonight she shot free throws really well.
Chestnut for 2, 18 fouls on Lex Cath, and Chestnut in the active shooting along there. Season high 24 versus Sayre. And minus a couple of hiccups against the press, played very well executing the offense tonight.
She sure has. She's made some very nice entry passes into Delasia Thomas.
So Lex Cath on their side of the floor as Hammond Oates far sideline. Woven now to Kennedy. They're going to try and get it down low. Too much air underneath for the turnover.
Tell you what, Chestnut and Truett are really having a battle under there. It's very clean, but they're just really going after each other.
West Jess will inbound. Colts seeking their 14th win of the year. Lex Cath trying to improve upon 7 and 10. In the second of a back-to-back as Chestnut out of sorts for the giveaway.
Little out of control there and just lost her balance. Fall out of bounds with the ball.
Hammond right-hand dribble. Over now Nash. Nash inside the lane. 16 foul on West Jess.
That's a good take there. It's on the floor, but now they're in the bonus also.
McCloney the guilty party. Possession underneath Lex Cath. Nash 5 guarding 4s. It's inbounded to Kennedy. Back to the trailer. Nash. Lex Cath executed much better in the half court in the first half. You sensed some duress with him in the short confines in the last 2 quarters. There's Truett, right-hand dribble, blowing by, and here comes Thomas, the closer, to force the errant shot, and Edenstrom brings it down ahead to Marshall, but Thomas caused that havoc.
Good defense, stood straight up.
Marshall inside the lane for 2.
2 more for Marshall. Here they go. They got the lead back up to 5. Let's see if they can build it out from here.
Marshall with 9 in the half, 13 for the tilt. West Jess matching a 5-point lead, and there's 2, stymieing the rally.
Nice pass from Truett there. A nice basket by Nash.
So Nash now with 5. And Chestnut across to Marshall. Pass deflected underneath. Kennedy got it, hands on it. Thomas short arm to Bunny. And here comes Hammond. 2 against 4. She's got 2 companions behind her. Layup in for Hammond.
Well, I said, could they get it out from 5? The answer is no. Lexington Catholic has it down to 1.
Here comes that press. Chestnut going to float it ahead as her group leads by 1. Chestnut off the glass and in.
Nice play there. Nice play to get it under control and go in right-handed and make that shot.
Chestnut now in double figs with 11. You've got 3 Colts in double figures. And West Jess plus 3. Nash catches and blocked out by the closing McCloney. I think a few of the fans to our left wanted a foul call, none giveth.
Yep. Thought she got hit on the head on that.
Katie Maston back in. She played splendidly in the first half as an 8th grader, 6 points. There's Nash to trigger it in. There's Truitt.
Nice.
Wide open for 2 is Bretz.
Nice look by Truitt.
Bretz with 10. West Jess hanging on by 1. Maston. Floater from the elbow. Oh my. Would not go in. Edistrom had a look. And a held ball arrow in favor of Lexington Catholic.
Yeah, for those of you familiar with Lexington soccer, Bretz, Coach many years at Dunbar, I think he's at Catholic now. That's his daughter out there playing.
Only her 3rd game of the year, played splendidly thus far with 10. Hammond driving. Wide open, Bretz for 2. And we're going to have a timeout, Lexington Catholic. Check that, a timeout for West Jessamine, excuse me. So a Colt timeout. We'll be right back on Glycod.com.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Been a great ball game tonight as we welcome you back to West Jessamine High School. Colts now trailing by 1 inside their 3rd timeout, and a very important 4:57 left.
Yeah, this is where the rubber hits the road. Both of these teams are playing a lot of games right now. They're getting a little bit tired. You got to get yourself under control. Lexington Catholic has gone on a 6-0 run. West Jessamine needs to settle down, get it back there, but Bretz has gotten 4 straight points. What they've done is they've pulled Delasia Thomas out and gotten the ball underneath the Bretz for wide open layups.
West Jess full court against this press. There's Marshall over now Chestnut, and she'll slither into forecourt. McCloney underneath Thomas. Poor pass and deflected away from behind. That was Kennedy causing the turnover. And Lexington Catholic trying to take a lead by 3. Kennedy a little floater in as Truitt, the architect.
Yeah, Truitt's doing it all right now. Passing, scoring, doing a great job on defense.
Colts in danger zone here. And Lex Cath now trying to take advantage by 3. Truitt leading the break. And Marshall there with the turnover. Just when her group needed a takeaway, Marshall able to deliver.
She has been Johnny on the spot all night.
Chestnut in backcourt. Veering left wing, little floater. Kennedy changed that shot, and there's a foul, reach around foul, I think, on Thomas of West Jessamine.
Yeah, Kennedy is having a lot of action going on right now. She's going to come down and shoot free throws.
Now they're going to whistle Marshall instead, her second, but 1-1 at this end for Lexington Catholic. Talking with Coach Hughes bright and early this morning, she said one of her concerns is this season wears on. How will this young team understand about closing out games? And this is a good example tonight.
Yeah.
A good test case for her group. And there's a 1-1 off the mark from Kennedy as Marshall floats to Lewis, and unforced turnover.
It's the first Lewis has played in the second half. She was over there getting some work done on one of her legs, so see how she can handle this now.
Lewis started the game. A very important trip up the mountain here for Lex Cath as they lead by 3. Truitt working against Chestnut. There's Kennedy, baseline floater with the left. And Truitt, just a tremendous rebound on the backside to tie up Edstrom. Arrow in favor of West. Just got to love that effort.
Oh, absolutely. You know, she's the kind of player I hated to play against. She's always around the ball. She's like a gnat, but she gets things done. And that's the kind of player she is.
Here is Lewis on the offensive end as it's over now to Chestnut. Chestnut driving, and we're going to have a foul and 1-and-1 coming up.
You know, when you're a young team, you have to find someone who you can trust with the ball, and Chestnut is that one for West Jess.
Chestnut 3 of 4 unofficially tonight from the foul line. This a 1-and-1, the 9th team foul on Lex Cath. And Chestnut able to knock that one in.
Nice looking shot there. When you get tired, you have to use your legs on these free throws. You've got to make sure you're bending your knees.
Second one on the way high. Archer.
Get them back within one.
3:24 to play. Here comes Hammond up the floor. That won't fall in. Edstrom with a travel. May have been expecting contact there, but
yeah,
turnover back to Lexington Catholic.
She did a great job on the boards, but just lost her balance and fell to the ground for a walk.
Nash will pitch it in play. There's Truitt coming to meet the pass. Kennedy hoisting a three. That would have been ginormous. And Marshall with the rebound. And a two-shot foul looming for West Jessamine.
Yeah, as you said, that three-pointer went all the way down and came out for Kennedy, and get a foul the other way for two shots the rest of the way for West Jessamine.
Nash with her third, so Edstrom, her second free throw tonight. She's 1 for 1. She'll have a two-shot foul.
Nice shot again there. She averages a double-double also, 10.9 points, 10.9 rebounds.
Finding ways to win tie games. So critical for both these teams in their development that long. And the song remains the same as Hammond lassos the loose ball. Just over 3 minutes left. Kennedy, near sideline pass, that is Nash. Now Truitt in the corner. Truitt with 25 unofficially tonight, being shadowed by Chestnut. Hammond, 8-footer, little bit long. Back to Chestnut, it catapults. And Chestnut trying to ignite this offense with a crafty dribble behind the back and a foul on Olivia Bretz.
Tell you what, that's what you want in your point guard. Get the ball, go to the basket, and get a foul. But again, I just can't believe she's an 8th grader.
So Chestnut for 2, and West Jess doing yeoman's work at the foul line here in the latter stages of this quarter. Again, a team on the campaign only connecting 59% of the time.
Chris, you said this game's going to pay dividends for both these teams on down the line.
That one off the mark. 2:30 left. Driving is Nash, off the mark, and a foul in pursuit of that rebound. 2 more free throws.
Yeah, Bretz went very aggressively towards the ball. She doesn't think she fouled, but she did get over the back there.
I would have to think Catherine Truitt should get a touch.
Yes, that's exactly what you would think. I think they need to let her bring the ball down the court. They're having trouble getting it to her.
So Edstrom for 2. She's 2 of her last 3. Good crowd on hand tonight, midweek crowd. Frankfort leading East Jess 68-49. 4 minutes left in that game on the boys' side, and West Jess here now +3. They trailed by 3, now they flipped it with 2:20 left. As Hammond over and out of Mayo. Let Truitt touch it.
Yeah, they've got to get her in the offense.
Deflected out for a turnover.
What's happening right now, Chris, is that Chestnut is overplaying her so much they can't get her the ball. And you're right, what they need to do is they need to let her bring the ball down the court.
Couple of subs in. Sydney Elbert back on for Lexington Catholic as Kennedy will shuttle out. And West Jess floating it in, brought down by Marshall. And here's Lewis ahead now. Chestnut at the 2-minute mark. Chestnut all the way to the basket. Mayo, a sturdy defensive play. And here comes Lexington Catholic with possession. Monahan drives into the foul line. She goes.
Boy, that was a good defense down here. Mayo just kept her hands up. A lot of contact, but no foul.
8th team foul on the Colts, 3rd individually on Marshall, and 2 very big free throws for Amelia Monahan. She'll have another.
A little long there on that one.
48% foul shooter on the season. A reserve role. And that one will dip through. More pressure. Edstrom in backcourt. And a dangerous pass
Very
indeed
dangerous.
as Marshall in attack mode, poked away from behind. Monahan raced back and deflects it out of play.
You've got to feel that pressure coming from behind you and switch hands on that. They're lucky to keep control of the ball, but Chris, this game is just amazing. It's just stayed 2 to 5 points the entire game.
Malaysia Thomas back in on the offensive set for West Jess and a moving screen on the Colts. It will be on Thomas.
Yep, that was one where she just didn't get her feet set and just kept on moving.
9th team found no free throws on that variety as LexCath will bring in 2 new players. 1:44 left, and Maston in as Thomas will check out for the Colts. Defense for offense on that sub.
Still surprised they don't have Truitt bringing the ball up.
And Hammond will center it through a deflection. Apparently Marshall did not deflect it. Near side official asking for help, none provided.
They got the call in the first half, but that time they did not change the call.
A lot of subs in and out. Both teams sidelines strategizing here. Again, West Jess trying to break a 3-game losing string. LexCath trying to go 2 for 2. They won last night versus Dunbar in a tight game as well. There's Marshall behind the back. Underneath Thomas, she'll go to work down there. Will not fall in. Rebound, lassoed by Truitt. Outlet pass. Mayo maintaining her pivot foot and blocked out of there by McCloney.
West needs to realize they don't have to score anymore.
Oh my, and Marshall, a hard collision with Elbert. LexCath called for the foul.
Let's hope both players are going to be okay.
Marshall maintaining her stature as she's on her feet. Elbert plummeting to the floor. And now Marshall, Rich, she's got to gather herself and shoot 2 big free throws.
She does. But you know what? She's done everything else tonight. I can't imagine this is going to affect her at all. What she needs to do is just get her breath there. But like I say, West Jessamine, they're up 2 points. You have what Lexington Catholic needs there, so you don't have to rush anything. Make these 2 free throws now. It puts a lot of pressure on Catholic.
Both teams subbing in extensive regularity. Lee Tech and LexCath, he shuttled them in and out all night long. Marshall for 2. Cool customer.
And what did Coach Tech say? Increase the rotation to decrease the rotation. We're seeing it tonight.
Both these coaches working very, very hard tonight. Marshall trying to make it a 2-trip game. And there's Mayo, a big rebound. And there's the first timeout tonight for LexCath. This one, a full timeout. We'll sort a few things out. A 3-point game, LexCath possession. We come back on Glycod.com.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The prescription pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
One-trip game as we welcome you back. 1:08 left. Lexcath basketball. What do they do here in the waning moments?
Well, what they don't have to do is go for a three-point shot. That's what you don't want to force that. You have plenty of time. They have the ball on the side there to go ahead and play your offense, go for a foul, whatever you need, but you don't have to have that three-point shot just yet.
Both teams in the double bonus. Lexcath trailing by 3. This game was deadlocked after 1. Inside pass and off the mark from Kennedy, and Edenstrom getting a piece for the foul.
You know, when you see that happen, you could tell that was the play that was drawn up. Flash Kennedy in the middle, let her go to the basket. Now she's got 2 big free throws.
Always felt like you could tell a well-coached team by what they did out of a dead ball. Lexcath that time got what they wanted. And Kennedy shot long.
She's frustrated.
So Lexcath has missed their last free throws, last 3 free throws. And one more looming for the lefty, Kennedy. Oh my, and Marshall with a rebound over to Edenstrom.
West Jessamine needs to hold the ball out.
Chestnut driving and initiating.
Or maybe not. That's why I'm sitting up here and not on the sidelines.
So Chestnut did a stripe for 2, whistled on Kennedy, still ample time left, 52.7. 52.7 left as that score clock keeps configuring to the left. That free throw off the mark from Chestnut.
Second free throw is a big one. If they can make this free throw and get into a 2-possession game, that's exactly what West wants to do.
Second free throw on the way. It is in. So that does make it a 2-trip game. And Lexcath, 4 timeouts and all day to do it. 44 seconds left. Kennedy with the catch. Inside the arc, Hammond for a jumper. And Marshall with a rebound over to Edenstrom. And a held ball, arrow back to Lexington Catholic.
Yeah, you need to get rid of that ball there.
Lexcath with a timeout. It's a 30. We will keep things right here. Tonight's game presented in part by Jessamine County Health Department and by the prescription pad. Let's draw up a play for Miss Truitt at the break.
Yeah, I'm really surprised that they just have not gotten the ball to her. What I would do is move her to the point because we know that she can create her own shots and also make the pass. So that's what I think we're going to see, but we'll see what happens. West Jessamine, when you get that rebound, you got to be strong with it. And right now, they have the 4-point lead, and we talked about it. That's a 2-possession game, but Lexington Catholic does not need a 3 here. They need to get 2 points any way they can.
So Lexcath will inbound. 3 timeouts remaining. The Colts with 2. And inbounding is Hammond well behind the baseline. Finds Truitt, and Truitt, an astute move to initiate contact.
Yeah, that was a great play by her. She waited and watched Chestnut go out and guard the player on the screen, didn't get anyone on her, took it and held it, and almost got a chance for a 3-point play.
So 2 dead balls and 2 well-executed half-court trips for Lexcath. Truitt drains the free throw. 22 points at half. She now has unofficially 26.
Yeah, I really would have thought that she'd have more points in this half.
And a 58-56 score. 32.9 left. We've got an eternity in Nicholasville. As Marshall will inbound. Marshall.
Timeout.
And a very wise stop by Jana Hughes. West Jess will call a timeout. She was sensing a quick timer, and it's a 30.
Oh, yeah.
Those coaches, they have that intuitive skill there.
official, I think it was about a 4.5, so I think that was a wise move. Especially nice now that coaches can call those. When I played, that wasn't available, and my coach yelled at me many times to call a timeout. So with that, but what you got to do now is you've got to work on a play. As you said, Coach Tech's been doing a great job. Now Coach Hughes has to come up with a play to get the ball in bounds first of all.
Chestnut and Marshall, they've done a yeoman's work at the foul line. One would suspect the play would be diagnosed for them, expecting and anticipating a Lex Cath foul. Again, 2 free throws, the duration of this game. Largest lead for either team has been 5. We were tied at half. And Marshall triggers right to Chestnut. And Chestnut lost it, but it's out off of Lex Cath.
Yeah, sometimes you get that hard to reach all the way across there. They got it that time.
So Chestnut floats it in backcourt. There's Edstrom. I think that's who they want to foul, I think. And they won't foul. There's a takeaway by Truitt. And Truitt will tie this game.
What did we say? You need to see Truitt, and there she is.
Here comes Chestnut. 1 stop left for West Jess. What will they do with it with 12? Chestnut veering left. Timeout. Timeout. West Jessamine. The 30-second timeout. Jana Hughes will stop it with 8.3.
You know, what I would tell my team right now is let's do the worst we could do is go into overtime. Let's get the last shot, maybe have a little chance for rebound, but not a quick shot to get Catholic enough time to get the ball down the court. Again, the worst thing you want to do is go to overtime in this situation. You do not want to give Truitt a chance to take it end to end, which she will.
Well, of course, every foul results in 2 free throws, but the dilemma now, you had something on the floor. You had Chestnut in motion, which you'd think you could maybe drive to the basket, but now you got to get the ball back in play.
Yes.
And you've got to throw it not towards the opponent's basket.
Exactly. And also, I would throw it away from Truitt. Do not let her, because she's going to come and double team and try to get that ball. And we've seen her get that ball tonight. So you're exactly right. I think we'll probably see what I would do is I would stack them up here on the corner and then move everyone, as you said, towards your own basket.
These two teams very well coached. They know their teams so well, and we'll see what both diagram in the waning moments. Again, West Jess without a timeout. They will have possession in the side court. Marshall to trigger. And Marshall floats to Edstrom. Edstrom shadowed by Truitt. Back to Chestnut. Chestnut in the lane. No whistle. Thomas down low and a foul at .9.
2 big free throws here. Tell you what, I whether it's a foul or not, I'm going to give the referees credit, because referees usually swallow their whistle, and I was a referee, and I understand that. So, foul on Brett. She fouls out of the game with 9/10 of a second left. 2 free throws. Boy, here's where you at least have a senior on the line.
I don't know about that call.
No.
Oh, boy. Thomas for 2. .9 left. There you go.
Well, she sunk that one very calmly.
59-58. Lex Cath asking for a timeout after this shot if it's made. And Thomas up and in. Is that free throw up and in? That free throw up and in. And that's going to close the game, 60-58. We have an issue with one of our cameras. We will tell you that West Jess wins this game 60-58. Be right back on Glycod.com.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Looking for new ways to connect with your customer? Did you know that local grassroots marketing is the most effective? For a successful economic approach, email info@glycod.com or call 502-551-5027.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
Great game tonight. Final score 60-58 as we take a look at the court here. Having some issues with our all sorts of issues, but Rick, 60-58, and just a tremendous effort for both teams.
I tell you what, I know Catholic's disappointed, but they'll learn a lot from this game. West Jessamine, after, as you said, a 3-game losing streak, learned even more from this game. They learn a lot about themselves.
Some clutch free throw shooting for certain.
Oh, I'll tell you what, you put a 56% free throw shooter with 0.9 of a second on the clock, and she makes 2 of those. I tell you what, they're freshmen, they're 7th graders, they're 8th graders, but she's a senior, and she stood up on the line, and she yelled after that first one, "Let's go." And that's exactly what, I almost said she should miss the second one just to get the clock going, but boy, she said, no, I'm going to go ahead and get that shot in, and she did that. 2 huge free throws, but as you said, it just wasn't those. They hit a lot of free throws in the second half.
They sure did, and Lex Cat did some good things. You go back to that call at .9, and certainly could have gone either way, the foul called, and then Thomas, to her credit, made those 2 big free throws.
Yeah, it's if you want the ball at that time, you got to take a chance on getting fouled, and that's what she did. She went right up there, stepped up. Again, a questionable call, but they called it, and she went in, she did her job and put the ball in the basket.
We will tabulate the individual scoring, come back one more time. Final score 60-58, West Jess with a lead and the win on Glycod.com. Be right back.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking, insurance, investments, and wealth management for over a century. We're big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. Strengthening our community since 1910. German American Bank.
Looking for new ways to connect with your customer? Did you know that local grassroots marketing is the most effective? For a successful economic approach, email info@glycod.com or call 502-551-5027.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Family owned and operated since 1946, Thomas Car Wash has specialized in making Louisville cars look fresh and clean. Co-owned by 2006 Mill graduate Alex Thomas, Thomas Car Wash has 4 convenient locations, including their newly renovated one at 5321 Preston Highway, just a mile down from Mail. Additional locations include 6511 Preston Highway, 4139 Bardstown Road, and one at the intersection of Hurstbourne Parkway and Taylorsville Road. From full service to express washes to detailing and towel drying, wash local with Thomas Car Wash.
You're tuned in to Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
West Jess and a Titeman, 60-58. They defeat Lex Cath tonight. Our most outstanding players, Rick, I think you got to go Catherine Truitt for Lex Cath. What about for West Jess?
You know, they had a lot of possibilities for this award, but I'm going to have to go back to the 7th grader, Claire Marshall. Just an absolutely amazing game. Not only just points, but just how she played the game tonight. I was so impressed with her, and I think we'll have to give her the MVP for West Jess.
Anaya Chestnut, 16 points. Claire Marshall with 12. Just all the big baskets they needed and nearly close to a double-double rebounding.
Just like I said, just a great performance. And I just sat here looking at her saying, I can't believe she's a 7th grader. She just walked out here with street clothes on, and I'm still saying I can't believe she's a 7th grader.
Good win for West Jess. They break a 3-game losing string. Colts now 14-7. They will take on Boyle County Saturday at 1:30. Lex Cath falls to 7-11. A tough roadie Saturday at Berea. The Lady Pirates 16-2. In that game coming up on Saturday. Our producer tonight, Steve Bird. Clint Goins on camera for Rick Reams. I'm Chris LeBar. More high school basketball tomorrow night on Glycod.com. A doubleheader in the 8th region, and then we'll have another game for you in Central Kentucky right here on Glycod.com. Good night.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.